Hello everyone, so this week discussion I will be talking about the ecological systems and the gender norms, as well as the division of labor within the family and the workforce, and also women's roles in the family in compared to developing nations versus less developed nations. So first of all, I believe that throughout history, it's a fact that women have always been more of the caretaker, more of the homemaker. They've taken care of the children, and they haven't really brought in the main income. Though that is starting to change. More women are working, and more women are, if not being the sole provider of the family, are at least bringing in half of the provided family. But it typically has been men who have been the sole provider. So the division of labor within the family, I see the men are making a higher wage than the women, and I just don't agree with that. So the division of labor right there is not equal, and equality I'm big for that. And there's so many jobs out there that women and men do equally the same, and they should get paid the same. As long as they are doing their job and as long as they are good at it, they should be getting paid for what they're worth, and men and women should be worth the same. So because women are getting only about 78 cents for every dollar a man makes. So that is that's not right, and we should keep working towards equality for our wages, and there's a gap in the wages that men and women make. But so that is not as it's not as efficient as it should be, and it's not talked about as much as it should be. And there are campaigns out there for that, but not enough, and not enough word is getting out. So, but I believe as the economy changes, more women have decided to go back into work, and more men have been okay with that, because the times are changing, and not all men care about their wives or partners staying home to take care of the children. And because children grow up, and children do just fine without a parent being home all the time. So as the economy changes and things start to get more expensive, bills and such, and insurance, we need more than one income for a family, and we can't all just live off our Social Security or our retirement. So more women are going into the workforce because they are needed to be. And I agree with what sorry, I'm not looking at it right now, but I think it was Megan who said during World War II, when women had to go into the workforce because the men were at war, and it wasn't what was expected of them, but it was that was all that they had, and someone had to keep running the factories at home. So then there's women's roles in developed countries like the U.S. Who are going back to work, and they are trying and to provide for their family as much as their husbands are. And then there is the roles of women in the less economically developed countries, like in Africa or the Middle East. Women do just as much job. They are usually the ones bringing home the food and gathering the food and water for their families to keep them alive and well. And the men are out doing work, yes, but women are doing just as much work because they are providing for their family, and they have to have something for their family to eat and drink. So I believe women in just as much women are doing just as much work in developed countries as they are in developing countries, just not as high profile as it is. So I don't believe women's as the economy develops and decreases, women's roles become less restrictive. I think that they become more, like, because more women have to help out and more women have to provide for their family in any way possible, whether that be for a job or in the home gathering or doing whatever. Like, every mother is a mother, so they always put their family and their children in front of themselves. That's just like how mothers think. So let's see, increase in violence against women and girls. I don't really think there's an increase in violence against women and girls for wanting to provide for their family. So, no, I don't think so. The statement in the question, I don't think is true. So, it's women provide for their families, and women, when they want to provide for their families, and they do. And then when they have to provide for their families, they do. So it's not a matter of want or need. It's a matter of providing whatever the means necessary. So gender norms really, they have increased since like the 1800s and the early 1900s, but they need to keep like increase and keep moving for equality through the gender norms. And so more like women can find jobs in whatever career they want. Like, they can go be a doctor, or they can go be a chef, or they can go be a mechanic. And just like men can go be nurses, and men can go be teachers, and they can go be professional like dance teachers or something. Like, I think whatever someone is passionate about, a man or a woman, they should go for it, and they should be happy about it. Because if someone enjoys their job and doing what they're doing, they should do that and not care what anyone else has to say about it. It's their life and their job, and that's how they want to make their living, and that's how they want to like live out the rest of their life. So gender norms I don't care for, and I try not to live up to them. I do whatever I want to do, and I believe I have masculine and feminine qualities. Like, it's not a question of, yes, I'm a woman, but I can still like enjoy sports and know how to fix my car and like know how to change a tire. Like, it's those are the basics like every man and like everyone should know, the basics at least of some things. So gender norms, I don't believe they're connected to economic change. Just because even though the economy changes, some jobs become less available and some jobs become more available. But I just think if the economy changes and someone really needs a job, they will get a job in whatever is available. Like, that's what I would do if I needed to provide for someone or something. And then as for the call centers in India, they are providing, there's like a lot of Indian jobs. Like, that's half of them like are like the America is like outsourcing to India and to other countries for jobs and such because it's cheaper. So I don't agree with that, but because our economy is in a plunge right now, but we still need to outsource to other countries for some reason. But call centers in India are like everywhere, and that's all you hear on the phone is like people from like different countries trying to sell you stuff. But I don't think that more men are hired than women over there, but that's just their culture, and that's just how they go.